Hey there, Confident You podcast. What's up, Confident You? Listen, I hope you enjoying your day, your life, everything. I pray that you were able to take care of everything you need to take care of in this time. Because in this time, in this space, the energy that we're about to be exposed to is very, very powerful. And I'm going to need you to be ready. I need you to get ready if you're not ready. But first, before we get into that, I do want to let you know that if you are looking for a publisher, you have that book of poems, that book about truth of your life, that book that will help someone else because you know something that someone else needs to know. Listen, there is a publisher that I have for you. That publisher is Tanya Stokes and her team over at Compassionate Designs. Listen, they're here to make sure that what you have in you gets onto paper and then out to the masses. All right now, and don't forget to tell them Marion from Confident You podcast sent you, and you will get your discount. Call them, they'll let you know. Listen, also, if you have a business, why are you in business if you don't want to make profits? Let's say you're making profits. You're like, this is good. Wouldn't you want it to be great? Well, let's make your business great. Let's call Eric F. King and his team over at Compassionate Closers. Listen, I have taken the class. It has taken me to the next level in my sales. I no longer feel uncomfortable. Actually, there is that one word that guided me through everything: value. I saw the value that I bring. I saw the value that I bring to others, and I saw the value that I'm going to bring to the masses. Listen, Eric F. King and his team over at Compassionate Closers are here to help you triple your sales in your business. Now, sales in your business. Wait, we talking money. That's money, right? You're talking money. You're talking income. You're talking finance, right? So you want to have a healthy relationship with your finances, but some of the things that you've been taught, wait, so somebody told you that was good? Is that what you're telling me? Now, there's only two ways that this can go. Because either they lying to you or you lying to yourself. And we have someone here to shed light on the truth. I am so elated to have her here. Listen, we have royalty in our midst. We have the one and only, can't be imitated, won't be duplicated, the amazing and absolutely beautiful inside and out, Aunty Shakey. Oh! Ma'am, oh my God, thank you. Oh my goodness, everybody, listen, hold on to whatever you think that is you have. Because Miss Shakey about to let you know she's going to shake up everything we think we're thinking. Listen, I want you to know I didn't even want to have a pre-conversation because she's so impactful and powerful. The things that she says are so profound that I said, let's just talk. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's
do it. My goodness.
First of all, let me say this. I am so excited to be here. I am so thankful for you. Oh my goodness. Your beauty, your wisdom, your energy. You got me on 10. So I already know this is going to be something crazy.
Yes. Something crazy. That's that. Just saying something crazy. Give me something crazy that you would say, wait, somebody told you that was good? Not even on the topic we're talking about, just something random. Somebody told you that was good? That's not good.
Somebody told you that was good.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even have to necessarily be I don't even know if I want to get spicy this early.
Go ahead, please. I like spice in everything I do.
All right. So somebody told you that it was good to marry for love.
Wait,
Somebody told you that.
somebody, either somebody lying to you or you lying to yourself?
Or you lying to yourself. Let me clear up what I'm saying. So what happens is we have all been told and we've been shown these fairy tales. We've seen the story of Cinderella. We've seen the story of Sleeping Beauty. We've seen all the fairy tales where the princess falls in love and they live happily ever after.
It's amazing. It does. They fall in love, and then the next thing is you're at the end, and it's all happily ever after. Okay, I apologize for interrupting, but I never ever paid attention that there was no middle. Go ahead.
There was no middle. There's no middle. And we have all been lied to and bought into the fact that that's how it's supposed to go. Why? So if love was enough, okay? If love was enough, why is the divorce rate 51%? Because somebody got in love. Somebody got in love to begin with. I just want to know. I just want to have a conversation about it.
If love was enough, you rude. Why is the divorce rate 51%? Yes, I can say that most of the people that go to the I love him, to the altar, that is the thing. Why did you choose I love him? I love her.
Why?
What else needs to be? What else goes into that middle?
So here's what I think is extremely important. And I love the fact that that we're talking confidence, right? That you talk confidence, because this is all in our confidence. So knowing exactly who we are and what we want out of life. So I'm in the financial space, right? And so I tell people all the time that it's important to make sure, just like you have a business plan when you go to the bank, right? The bank is not going to lend you money just because you say you need money.
True.
Okay? Just doesn't happen like that. You need to go in with a plan. Okay? You're going to have a profit and loss statement. You're going to have a plan on how you plan to generate income, because if you're choosing to take out a loan, you have to have a viable way to be able to return that money that you loaned, right?
Right.
Okay. So the same way we're willing to prepare to have a business loan, why don't we have a life plan for ourselves so that life can give us all that we want it to give us? Just like with the bank. We want the bank to give us $100,000. Okay. I want my life to give me XYZ. But instead, we leave our life up to chance. We leave it up to chance. Whoever happens to cross our path during our time of weakness, during our time of pain, during our time of whatever stage of our life we're in, we happen to fall in love with or choose whatever that emotion we are in, we end up settling for whatever comes in that path. And all I'm saying is, I challenge you to do different. I challenge you to have a life plan, because if you have a life plan, it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in emotionally. You can always refer back to the plan. You know what? Right now, I'm not really feeling myself. I might be overweight. I might be, on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I don't know what I'm going through right now, but whatever it is, I know that I'm not in my right mind. All right. Let me go to the plan. Let me go to the plan, because this person has crossed my path. Does this person does this person line up with the life plan? Oh, they don't. They don't. Then, oh, okay. I have to recognize I'm not in my right mind, so I can't entertain you.
Okay, so I just need you. Okay, listen, I asked a question. I didn't think there were bullets in the chamber to be fired, ma'am. Okay, let the audience of Confident You know who you are and what you do.
So that didn't come out, did it? Oh my goodness. So my name is Shakey Webster, affectionately known as Aunty Shakey. I am the financial matchmaker, and I help people find their perfect sir through stocks, insurance, and real estate.
They're perfect, I'm sorry.
Their perfect sir.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, Auntie, you have my undivided attention. I want to find a perfect sir through
Stocks,
uh-huh.
insurance,
Mm-hmm.
and real estate.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I am talking, because if you're wise, you're positioning yourself to be found as a woman by someone of a certain caliber, because you have become a certain caliber. Very wise. I just want to know, this is who you are today.
Mm-hmm.
Who were you as a child?
Ooh, who was I as a child? That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. So as a child, I was definitely one of those chunky kids. Okay. I wasn't the popular one. I wasn't, I was the one that was picked on all the time. And because I was overdeveloped. So I had a really big chest, and I had some weight on me and stuff like that. And when you're in middle school, the boys can't appreciate a big chest at the time. Now you grown, it's like they want they want all of it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yes.
they couldn't really appreciate it then. And I had such low self-esteem. Like I was really like I was ugly, it was just just I was just that girl. You know what I'm saying? The nothing of the girl. The guys would tease me. I remember this vividly, and I don't know why I fell for it for several different times, but they would play this game in the schoolyard, and they would say, "Hey, can we tune in Tokyo?" I'd say, "What? We need to tune in Tokyo." And they would say it with such urgency. We need to tune in Tokyo. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. Raise your hands. Raise your hands." So I raise my hands. And then they would grab my nipples and they say, "Tune in Tokyo, tune in Tokyo." Do you know how devastating? Like, devastating that was. Like, I will never, ever forget that. Now, I'm a person, I don't remember a lot in my childhood, but that's one of those ones that it's like, it will never leave me.
I've never, ever even heard that. I've never heard of Tune in Tokyo. You said something. You said I was overweight. I had large breasts. But the thing that really, really grabbed me was the word ugly. You said I was ugly. What made you, is that something you taught yourself that you were ugly, or is that the perception that people fed you and you fed into it?
Um, I want to say both. I want to say both. So, some of it came from, all the what is that? The cheerleaders, they had the nice little shapes, All I had was the big chest, but I had no booty. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Come through.
but but no, it was like I saw what the girls would look like. They got all of the boyfriends, and I just didn't look like them. And so I'm pretty sure that it was something that I projected on myself, that I deduced that I was ugly,
Mm,
because I didn't get that same attention the way those girls did.
yes.
That I would be handled differently, that I am to be handled differently, because I felt like while they were being asked to go to dances, I was asked to tune in Tokyo. You know, they were
Yeah.
never asked to tune in Tokyo.
Right.
So, so yeah, from that point, I really was like, oh wow, okay, this is me. And then also I have a mother, and God bless her. Like I love her. I love my mother. Um, and we all as parents do the very best we can,
Yes.
right? We're not perfect at all. And so I don't fault her at all. But she's just very critical, very critical. And so, there was nothing, it just didn't seem like there was anything about my appearance that was ever enough. Like I always felt like I needed to just be on in her presence. And so it was like, oh, okay. So just being just no makeup, my hair not done, my nails not done, nah, nah, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not enough. So that also continued to feed into, maybe you're not pretty.
Gotcha. Wow. And so, wow. I did not expect that. You're
Mm.
absolutely gorgeous. How do you transform and see yourself now? How did you get to where you are now? Because do you think you're ugly now? Because I
Girl.
believe that's something you say in your mind.
Yeah.
And some people say it and you're looking at them like, what are you talking about? So I have to ask what you believe.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm ugly today. I have a whole nother level of confidence that um certainly does not that transformation though, that happened for me probably about, I would say, maybe about 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Maybe about 10 years ago. Yep, I would say 10 years ago. The reason why I say 10 years ago is because I literally just celebrated my 30th year anniversary from high school. Our 30-year reunion is actually this year. And I remember going to my 20th year anniversary and being real excited to go. I hadn't seen so many, because I moved to another state. I grew up in Chicago and I moved to Atlanta. And I was super excited. And the same boys that would talk, make fun of me and stuff like that were all, girl, you remember when so and so, girl, you remember all the cheerleaders were chunky.
You're rude.
Chunky. They was chunky and they didn't have no money. And let me get my face together, because sometimes I could be real critical like my mother. But just saying. And so I was just in a different space. I was
Yeah.
in a different space where I had made some really, really smart investments. I had learned a lot about money, and I had married money, and I had married a person that could make money. And so, and that was by design, by the way. But I say that to say that I definitely knew what life I wanted to live. I knew how I wanted to show up in life. While the first years of my life may have been me being an ugly duckling, the rest of the years of my life weren't going to be that.
When did you make up your mind that it wouldn't be like that?
It was definitely that, like I said, 10 years ago. Actually, it was before that, because it was when I got married to before I got married to my husband. I had identified like who I was, because I had just kind of come into myself. You know what I'm saying? Like the boobs kind of matched with the rest of the body at this point. You know what I'm saying? And so I started getting a little bit more attention. So I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I don't look like I look, you know. And also, I didn't experience a whole lot of heartbreak, because one of the things that I said that my mother did say, when I tell you I love my mother, I love her. She's such a very wise woman. But she told me, she said, I better not see you dating just one guy. She insisted on that. When I tell you she insisted on that, she was like, I better not see you just dating one person. And I'm like, what? And so I never dated one person. I was never, all of my girlfriends would have their little boyfriends in high school, all their little boyfriends in college. Yeah, I had multiple people that I would talk to. I was never faithful to anyone. And so what that allowed to happen, and again, that was wisdom from my mother's part, was that it didn't allow me to settle down and be attached to any one person. So I never experienced heartbreak. All I did was have options quickly. I was able to go through all of what I liked and didn't like quickly. All my girlfriends, they were going one by one. They were spending all a year, 2 years to figure out this ain't the one. And then they got to start all over again. And then they got to start all over again. Well, get 3 or 4 at a time, and it's easy to identify what you want.
3 or 4 at a time. Did they know that they were not the only pot on the stove? I'm sorry, you need me to repeat that. You couldn't hear me. They did. I don't know sign language. I'm not making fun of nobody. Yeah, did they know? Ma'am, you can hear smoke signals. You can hear me. You can hear me. Yes, I'm part Cherokee. You can hear me. You see the baby hairs? Yeah.
Oh gosh, that is hilarious. No, they didn't. They didn't. But here's the thing. Nobody was ever serious. Like, I mean, it was never this, you my man, I'm your woman, this is what we do. You know, maybe some of them really thought they were. The
face.
But it's like, yeah. So I couldn't get attached. Because that is literally where this is where our suffering comes in. Our suffering comes in our attachment to things. So when we're attached to something and then that something goes, whether it be people, whether it be places, or whether it be things, we're distraught. And so I remember reading this book, and I wish I could, and I said one day I'm going to find this, but I read in this book that they said the cure to suffering is to detach from people, places, and things. And so I had been in this place where I was suffering for so long because I was suffering with, with issues with my mother, right? I was suffering with issues with my child. I was suffering with issues with my husband. I mean, everything. I was suffering with the fact that, um, we had millions of dollars and then we lost it all. And so I had to, move out my beautiful home and all of this. All of my suffering came because of people, places, and things.
Yeah.
Because I was so attached to it. But when I started making the confession that I detached myself from people, from places, and for things, my life got different. My life got happier. I started moving lighter. And yeah, that's just
Wow. You talk a lot about your mom. So growing up as a kid, what did you see? You said how you thought of yourself and what you recognized around you and about you. What did you recognize, glean from in your mom? You talked about the things that kind of you feel like were adverse, I guess I would say. I hope that's the right word for it. But let's talk about what did you glean from your mom that you took into adulthood that you like, oh no, this right here, baby. This everything you want.
yeah. My mom's a gold digger. And
Wait, I pause.
oh,
Listen, I asked.
what?
Sorry. Let me repeat my question, but I don't want to repeat my question. You repeat my question back to me. What did I? Maybe I just want to make what?
Okay, the question you asked me, what did I glean from my mother? And what did I say? Oh, I got to, that's the one thing I got to do. Marry well. Marry well.
Your definition of gold digger.
Okay. And I'm glad you asked. What my definition of a gold digger is. Okay. So we're all digging for something. We're all digging for something. Sometimes we don't even know we're digging. Sometimes it just ends up in our shoe. Have you ever walked on the beach? Have you ever walked on the beach with shoes on or flip-flops on?
You should not.
You happen to find a pebble in your shoe.
My goodness.
Okay.
Yes.
Some people end up having babies with the pebbles in their shoe. But
you're not gonna brush past that. Say now what? Say that again. I need you to wait. Wait, hold on, wait. Let me drink some water. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Drink my water and mind my business. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, say what now? Rewind.
So,
What?
Mm-hmm.
Walking on the beach.
No,
I don't want to go next to the water no more. I'm going to that's why people of other persuasions vacation in the snow. They go skiing. We're going to the wrong. Ma'am, go ahead. Go. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
Oh gosh. But yeah, no. Okay, so we find we didn't purposely, look for or dig for, but this pebble in our shoe happened to, happen. Okay. So all I'm saying is we all end up scooping up something. Okay. Whether it be sand, okay, that just sifts through our hands, okay, whether it be clay that we then have to mold together, or gold. or gold, where we just gotta shine it up just a little bit, just make it sparkle, but it already showed up with value.
Where that at? What beach is that? I don't. I got my paper and my pen. Tell me what beach that is, so I could put it in my GPS. I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna go right. Listen, I just want you to know I'm going right now. What address? What the?
I think I just fainted for a second.
Listen.
I think I fainted for a second. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
So tell me how to get there. There's no address. You can give me the directions though.
I can give you the directions. And actually, I can't give you the directions. I can tell you how to make the directions up yourself, which is that life plan. You wouldn't even end up on that beach if you knew your life plan.
I don't. You just. Okay, so since I'm the only person on the screen with you, I feel like I'm getting shot. I don't. Like I'm bleeding right now. It's a white top, but it's getting red. Dude, you are busting shots in everything I love. I'm just going. Whoo! I told y'all, be ready. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Aunty Shakey is coming, and the shake is for real. Go ahead. Oh, man.
But I'm just saying, your life plan will have you wherever gold is. Because your life plan isn't going to put you in a beach on sand. Yeah. Or maybe it will. Maybe your life plan is, maybe you got some of those, Captain Saberho vibes inside of you. And so you do want someone that is clay. You do want to dig for clay.
Wow.
But if that's your life plan, then that's what you're going to end up with. But my life plan was, I'm going to live well. I'm going to live well. I'm going to leave a life of legacy for 3 to 4 generations. And I can't do that with a clown.
I'm sorry. Why are you going on homie?
Yeah. I went to homie.
Homie D? Why are we going there on homie D?
I'm sorry, homie D.
Homie D clown? Why are we going?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's my life. Keep lifting my life. I'm with you, ma'am. Come on, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
But if you want what you say you want, every single person. So when I say that I'm a gold digger, that's not just for me and my spouse, but that's also my friends. My friends aren't sand. My friends are not clay. My friends are gold too. And if I have to get to the point where they somehow went from gold to no longer shining anymore, then it's my responsibility. Okay, girl, let's go. Let me buff you up. Because you giving clay energy right now. You giving sand energy right now. But I've already seen the gold in you because I chose you because of my life plan. You're in my life because of my life plan. So whether the child that I have one child.
Yes.
That child is gold. Yes. And so my daughter-in-law, my son just got married in June. She's a gold digger. Okay. She's a gold digger. And I'm proud of her for that. I'm proud that she saw gold in my son. That she saw fit that he's a good person for her to be able to commit her forever after with. I'm proud that I created someone that a gold digger would want.
That is next level.
Because think about it. Think about it. Would I rather a gold digger, a person be attracted to my son who is a gold digger, which means that he has gold inside of him,
Yes.
right? Versus a grown woman just seeing the fact that my son, looks good and stuff like that, and she just wants to take care of him, and he stay up on her couch, and he okay with doing it.
Yes. No. No. So how you are Aunty Shakey? I, you're Aunty Shakey, the financial matchmaker. You got me messed up. I just want you to know on everything I love. You got me messed up. You are Aunty Shakey, the financial matchmaker. And so you're talking finance and relationships. How do you help people get there?
Yeah. So I help them get there through my perfect SIR method. So that is the method of stocks, insurance, and real estate. And the reason why I say stocks, insurance, and real estate, because those are the three financial tools that will help you not only create wealth, but also leverage it and keep it safe. Okay. All of the billionaires of the world, that's how they make their money. It's through stocks, insurance, and real estate. And so back when I was right after college, I had my son my last year in college, and here it is. I'm living this super average life, and I have this son, and I'm I'm back home living with my mother and father. Okay. My parents have been married for 52 years. So I have a great example of what, you know, a good relationship looks like because they have a great relationship. But I'm at home with my mother, and my mother says, there's only one queen bee in a hive. You're right. You are right. Let me go get my own hive. Let me go get my own hive. Now, you do realize it takes money to get your own hive. Okay. So, how do I get money to get my own hive? So, that's when I start studying and I start getting into, okay, how does money work? I don't, my parents aren't entrepreneur. Well, yeah, my mother was an entrepreneur. My mother did everything entrepreneurial. And my father, worked a 9 to 5. He worked at the phone company. And so here I am, with this little child trying to find my way, my own way. And so a year or two after that, my brother was killed. And so it's me and my brother that are associated with that are to my parents, okay, together. And so my father has 2 children before us. And so anyway, my brother was killed, and my parents had just gotten life insurance on all of us, the entire family, a year prior. Okay. And I got to see how my parents were able to mourn the loss of their child. And it was very different. Like I said, I'm from Chicago, and so we've seen a lot of loss in our neighborhood. Okay. And so I was able to see how they mourned the loss of their child. It was very different from how my other friends mourned the loss of their children. Okay. So, or their parents mourned the loss of their children. And so they had to go back to work. child died on Monday. By that next Monday, they were back at work. I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine the fact that you just buried a child on Friday and on Monday you have to go back and put a smile on your face and say, "Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?" It's imaginable to think of that. Well, my parents were able to take that insurance money and they were able to go off to Vegas. They bought a home in Vegas. And my brother was killed in February, and that was in the middle of winter. So they got to spend the whole winter in a hot climate. They didn't have to shovel snow, stuff like that. It just brought a different quality of life to them as they mourn. But as I'm looking at this, I'm like, you know what? Something's got to change about my life. And money is the secret to that. Money is the secret to that. Now, I don't want to take away faith. Let me not take away faith, because faith is a big part of all of this. Okay.
When I say wait, because people get it wrong. It does not, it is saying that money, it's how you use anything. So let's take the word money off. Anything can be used demonically. Anything. So I think that's the problem with us. But as a race, I'm sorry, I'm about to get on my soapbox. I'm going to get off 1 minute. But as a race, we were brought here in the way that we were taught about money is on purpose. So we wouldn't see the value in it, so that we wouldn't want it, that we would think something was wrong with anyone of ours who did want it.
Come on.
It was done on purpose. But if you're a true Christian, you want to be in the position of being able to actually help. You can't actually help to the depths of how you want to help if you're not in position to. Robert F. Smith, the billionaire, the richest Black man, the wealthy. You go from the word rich to wealthy. The wealthiest Black man still alive this day.
Yep. He fine too.
Aunty was able to go to Morehouse and actually make a difference. With money.
Paid off student loans.
You know what? I'm going to give this commencement, and then I'm going to go ahead and knock that off so y'all can start fresh and clean.
That's impact.
That's impact. That is exactly what we're supposed to be able to do. So you don't have to qualify. That right there, oh no, she knows forward and back. You don't have to qualify faith with money. I apologize. I'm off my box. There we go. I'm down. I'll never let the box go.
Listen, I'm so glad that you said that, because oftentimes I have to censor myself in that way, because some of the Bible thumpers will get on you. Well, you didn't let God out of this.
No.
And how do I leave God out of like he's with me? Like he's here with me right now holding this whole conversation.
His word literally says that we are kings and priests. To be a king, you can't be a king of no junk. You're not broke and you're a king. He's called us to live an exceeding abundantly above all we can ask, think, or the next time they in your class, call your girl. I got you. Don't know. Then this may not be the class for you if you don't want to live the abundant life that God has. Now, Adam and Eve were put into the garden. That garden was abundant.
It was abundant.
They didn't have to work for nothing. Everything they actually needed, wanted, and could not even think of was already there. We messed it up. We always go, I'm sorry, I'm back on that bar. I told you I don't go too far from it. But we always go, oh, I wouldn't have done that, Adam. They couldn't just not all day, every day. We doing stuff we should not be doing. constantly touching hot stoves that people have clearly said, yo, that's hot. Don't do that. Don't go down there. Don't call that person. Don't, nah, that's not the way. That's not the how. That's not the who. That's not the what. We all have done it. It doesn't have to equate to what was done in that moment. We have done it time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's when we were brought here, and we were brought here from a land where we owned, and we were actually kings and queens, and we were royalty,
Mm-hmm.
stripped of everything, and then made sure that if we can break them apart, if we could break them apart, they would be so focused on trying to get back together, they won't be paying attention of how much we stripped from them.
Mm-hmm.
Focused on trying. So that's why it's always this, let's pull them apart. Let's pull them apart. You got.
So do you think we're actually focused on getting back together? I don't think we're focused on getting back together.
No, I think in that moment, that's what.
In that moment, got it.
Yeah, in that moment, getting here off the ships, let's break them apart, because together they're strong if we can break them apart.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's that crab. They actually got us into this crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah.
Even on the slave plantation, there was a house in and a field in.
Yep.
So even in that, they're separated, where they pulled us.
Let me speak to that when it comes to that crab in a barrel, right? And this goes back to me, and the perfect serve method that I have, right? There's something that I forget who exactly said it, but leverage is the language of the wealthy. Okay? Leverage is the language of the wealthy, which means that the wealthy know how to use other people. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I want everyone to be clear, we're all being used. We're all being used.
And we're all using each other.
And we're all exactly. We're all using each other. It is very clear what this is. What you and I are doing here.
Right.
We're using each other.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing is that you don't want to misuse anyone.
Right.
But what we're creating here is leverage.
Yes.
We're creating leverage.
Together, which is the only way that we can get to where we're trying to go. If you truly are trying to create some sort of legacy, some sort of wealth of any kind, you have to use leverage. yes.
And so if what you're saying is, oh, well, I'm going to bring you down, okay, so that I can get up to the top of the barrel, newsflash, you won't get there. You won't get there. But you know how you can get there? Is literally everybody helping that other crab. All right, cool. It's one of us. All right, you go ahead, you climb up on top of me. All right, boom. All right, you go ahead, you climb up on top of me. But everybody's so afraid of being the last one in. Everybody's so afraid to be the last one in, thinking that if everybody else gets in, that they won't be able to get to the top. But because there's so many people at the top, do you realize they can now actually form an arm to reach down and be able to pull up the last crab?
Come on here.
But you don't think that way. You won't think that way. All you're thinking about is yourself.
Yes.
And how
gold digger. Are gold diggers selfish?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm the most selfish person I know. I consider me before I consider anybody else.
I think that everybody is selfish. I think that you're selfish if you put everybody before you and place yourself beneath everyone and don't think of yourself. You're
That's
selfish
exactly right.
because you're putting the pressure of your peace, your joy on someone else and them making it, them being successful, them even turning around and appreciating you when you should make it
Mm-hmm.
and appreciate yourself. If it comes from you first, it helps others to see that that is the standard of how you are to be treated. So, are you telling me that as a gold digger,
Mm-hmm.
you've set a standard for a caliber of man that you are in pursuit, that should be in pursuit of you?
Absolutely. Well, no, no, that I'm in pursuit of. So I asked my husband to marry me.
Come on here.
I mean, we could talk about what the good book and its interpretation says, but it is an interpretation because this hit that we got going, it was all God. It was
Amen.
all God. The pursuit of this man was all God.
Yes.
The choosing of him was God.
Yes.
I had a need. This man was available to meet the need. I had a 7-year-old child who his father, I love his father. I love his father. Me and his father are really good friends. And that's all we've ever been is really good friends.
Good.
But I needed an example for my son, and I needed me and my son to live well. I needed us to live well. And I saw a guy that I worked with, and I said, you know what? He's funny looking. He's a homebody. I'm not gonna have to in the daylight be with a flashlight looking for him. Where you at? Where you at? No, no. I needed security. That's what I needed. And if at the end of the day I needed to learn to, love him and stuff like that, I remember our wedding day. He thought that I was 2 hours late, and he didn't think I was coming because he knew what this was, right? He knew I didn't love him. Um, and he was super nervous. But and so we show up on the wedding day, and it was interesting when the minister said for us to kiss. It was like, because this was like our first time kissing in front of everybody, right? So it was like this like quick peck, like it was just so quick because how you kiss for the first time in front of all of these people? It was crazy. But he had an assignment. He had an assignment. His assignment was to provide. His assignment was to create a happy home for us, a comfortable home, sustainable home, right? And to be faithful. And that was my role as well. My role was to be a faithful woman to him, to provide him with a child. Okay, we never had a child outside of my son, but to provide him with a home, with a family, which is what I did. And I sucked at it. I was horrible at it. I was horrible. I was a horrible wife for the first 7 years. For the first 7 years. And finally, he exploded and he said, I can't take this anymore. I can't do this with you anymore. Because when I tell you I was awful, like I would do things like he would say, I don't eat spicy food. Oh, okay. Let me put extra spice on the food. I wouldn't clean the house. I wouldn't do, I just come and go as I please. It was horrible. horrible. And like I said, he wanted to go to counseling because we were in church. He
Right.
wanted to go to counseling. We went to counseling, and we went to counseling, and the counselor said it was a couple, and they said, "Okay, well, Walter, you write down." Okay, I had to stop my camera from moving, but they said, "Walter, um, you tell us what's wrong. Okay, tell us what's wrong. What are your issues with Shaky, right? And then Shaky, you write down your issues with Walter. Okay, I only had one thing, and my one thing was I want him to make some more money. That was my one thing. Well, his side had stuff on both sides. Okay, he was like this. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you know how they say ladies first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I go first, and they said they spent 45 minutes on him. 45 minutes on him on telling him why he needed to make more money. Now, mind you, he was making up good money already, but they got on him about how he needs to make more money. He was definitely making probably 3 times as much as the person that was even counseling us. Okay. And so when it got to me, they said, now Shaky, just because he not doing what he's supposed to do as a man, you can't treat him like he's a child. I said, noted. And we prayed out. We're walking to the car. It's just me and him walking to the car, and I could see my husband's face. His head is hung low, defeated. Like not even church, not even God can get me out of this mess.
Yeah.
And so the spirit of grace, kindness, and love came upon me. And I looked at my husband's face, and I turned his face toward mine, and I held it just like this. And I said, I will never, ever talk to you like that again. I will never treat you that way again. And that right there was the start of our happily ever after. I
Mm.
saw him differently. I moved differently. Like there was just this spark of something, right? To see someone else treat him the way I had been treating him was what I needed to see. Is what I needed to see. And
Yeah.
so and I really was being I was being a brat. That's really what I was being. I was being a brat because in my head I'm like, well, no, I should be living in a mansion right now. Where's my servants? Where's
Hmm.
my chefs? Where's my driver? I was being a brat, a whole brat. But anyway, that's that. That's that story.
Okay. Okay. How do you love him now?
Listen, Marion, it's very difficult to not love a person that consistently shows up, that consistently knocks the ball out of the park. I mean, every assignment he's ever been given, he's not only just done it, he's excelled at it.
Hmm.
But I knew he would. He's gold. I'm a gold digger. I purposely married gold because I knew that's the way gold would show up. Now, if I ended up with sand or if I ended up with clay, then I wouldn't have those expectations. I wouldn't know that that's how they would show up. But I knew gold would show up that way. And so I love that man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now let's just say 2 weeks ago, we celebrated 20 years of marriage. This ain't new.
Right.
This is not new. So we 20 years into this. But that's the reason why I tell people all the time um, that I did not marry for love. And we literally have outpaced all of the other friends that got married the same time we did. They're all now divorced, but they married for love because, Johnny was cute. Tyrone made them laugh. Okay. But Tyrone ain't paid no bills. Tyrone hitching a ride with his boy. He's driving on the passenger side in his homeboy's ride.
Because Erica said you better call Tyrone so you could get your stuff. So Tyrone's supposed to have a core. He's supposed to be driving. I don't listen.
Oh, that's right. Tyrone is the one that got the car.
Yes.
To be picking up. Oh, okay. He picking up Pookie.
So mad. I don't like how quickly you catch on, ma'am. Priceless. I want everyone to understand that your definition, if you have not heard what Aunty Shakey has said, she is telling you that your definition of gold digger is wrong.
Yep, absolutely.
Your definition, your mindset, your thinking, your understanding of gold digger is wrong. She said when somebody told you that was good, you was with that was good. Yeah, okay. So either they lying to you or you lying to yourself because you know daggone well that's not what you want. And so, Auntie, I want you to tell the people how they can have an opportunity to connect with you and to work with you to make that plan so that they are purposely digging for gold.
Okay, so you all can connect with me on Instagram or on all social media platforms at Aunty Shakey. Okay. And also listen, in October, I have a 5-day challenge coming up. Okay. I don't want you all to miss this 5-day challenge. In this 5-day challenge, we're going to cover several things. We're going to cover getting your credit right. Listen, ladies, first of all, what you don't want to do is go into a relationship with bad credit. Okay. We're also going to talk about how to get funding for your businesses. We're going to talk about taxes. Listen, I know a lot of us are afraid to handle these taxes, okay? Or we may not know all of the tax laws, but we're going to talk about that as well. And then we're also going to talk about learning a new skill of wholesaling, okay? Being able to buy real estate with no cash and no credit. I know people tell you that you need something, but I'm going to be able to show you that you can buy real estate with no cash and no credit. And then lastly, I am going to show you how to grow, leverage, and protect your wealth. I'm going to show you different financial vehicles that you can use that literally gives you insurance on your money. Okay. So, and we're going to clear up some of those misconceptions that we have around different vehicles like 401ks. Okay. Y'all not going to get me on these 401ks, but 401ks and stuff like that. Okay. So I'm just going to come and debunk a whole lot of stuff. So you definitely want to go ahead and register for the challenge. And then also, if you just want to connect with me all together, you can find me at the Financial Matchmaker. Listen, I cannot wait to connect with you all. And I love these conversations, Marianne. I absolutely love this. And it's like my life's work to, you know how people say, what's that one thing you'll do for free? That one thing I'll do for free is talk to women and speak to them in a way to remind them who they are and that they are the prize. They are the prize.
Who they are and remind them that they are the prize. Amazing. Auntie, listen, before you get out of here, I told y'all be ready because she stay ready Before you get out of here, could you share some confident tips with everyone on digging for gold?
Okay, tip number one, make sure you have that life plan. I'm not playing with you all. Listen, I have had way too many people that I've told get these life plans for. And as soon as you don't do that life plan, that pebble ends up in your shoe and then they end up in your bed and then you raising a child. But anyways, and then two, okay, listen, there is no one more beautiful and more smarter than you are. I just need you to believe that. I need you to walk in that. I need you to stand in that. I need you to stand in that. There's nobody more beautiful, more wise, more loving than you are. I just need you to convince yourself of that for yourself. Okay. And then lastly, girl, you better wake up and be you every day, all day. Adorn yourself. Like if there's something that you see in you that you love the most of, be grateful. Be grateful for that thing. Adorn yourself in that thing. If you love your hair, if you love your tresses, do your tresses. If you love the way your eyes look, girl, be batting them eyes. But I want you to literally take every piece of yourself, identify what you love, and then let's move on to another section. Oh, I love my eyebrows today. Okay. Now I love my eyes today. I love my nose today. Every single part of your body. We got to get to the point where we love it all. We love it all. We might not like it sometimes. We might not like this little belly right here. Okay. But we got to love it all. Okay. So those are my 3 tips that I have.
Okay, so those are my 3 tips that I have. Listen, even down to the little belly, guess what? The only way you can like or not like it is if you live in. So you better like your life. Make it worth something, make it count. Thank you, Aunty Shakey, for coming through and showing us how we can love on ourselves. How we can love on ourselves. I just, I am now, you have transformed my thinking. I just want to let you know that you have transformed my thinking in an interview. I'm interviewing you and you're sitting here molding my mind because now I get it. You're a gold digger because you're gold. Why would you put yourself somewhere else? Why would you put yourself in sand? Why would you put yourself in clay? If you could see yourself as the gold that you are, you're going to make sure you're digging for gold.
Come on.
All right. And you said you picked your husband. I want to get into that because after this, we're going to go into the after party.
Hey.
Don't, come on, stop. Don't do it to me. It don't take nothing. Listen, it takes nothing. I am happy to be going into the after party and discussing this with you. Thank you so much. I am honored and privileged that you stopped by to share with the Confident You family.
This was an honor. I had so much fun. I know I probably talked a lot and told way too many stories, and we didn't talk about enough money. But but thank you
talk
so
about that
much.
in the after party. We can talk about more money in the after party.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much yet again. Listen, everyone, providing value, providing impact. You should be growing and getting better with each and every episode. My goodness, Aunty Shakey came and shook it up. Listen, if you are or you know someone that is suffering at the hands of domestic violence, please reach out to Bethany House, 1-888-80-HELPS. That's 43577. Or you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE, 723 3. And before I get out of here, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. You know that one that's out there and you looking at her like, girl, why do you keep picking that? That's because they don't have a plan. As Aunty Shakey said, listen, you want to get that plan. So the perfect person to work with is Aunty Shakey. So you can get that plan and plan a better life. Share this episode with those that are finding sand and pebbles in their shoes, that are molding clay, because they're actually gold. And so that's what they should be digging for, gold. My goodness, whole nother understanding of gold digger. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow on social media at Confident You _podcast. Again, underscore, because there is so much more to come. And at Marion Swingler, I am honored and privileged to serve you with all of the vital information that I get to share here on Confident You. And see you in the next episode.